Bum, bum. I'm not sure if I'm on yet or not. Holy McMoly. All right, welcome everybody. I think we are rocking and rolling. All right, we're going to do a couple of things today. We are going to edit some stuff, so that'll be exciting. We'll do some live editing, and we will see if we have some time for live reading. But the most important thing today is we're going to check on the editing, because I cannot share the audio from the screen that has my software, my recording software. So we're going to run it through the speakers, and then we will see how well it comes out through the mic. We'll try to get it to where it works well, because that's something we're going to be doing regularly here, is doing live editing as well as live recording, as well as live readings, as well as some other fun stuff, which is one thing that we will do today, which is we'll play a little preview of 2 books that are going to be released within the next week on Audible that have just finished. And the great Jordan Cohen, shout out to Jordan. Hopefully he'll be in here soon. Help me out with the audio, but greatest guy ever. Helps me out everywhere. Make sure everything's happening. Keeps me super busy. As soon as I finish one, he's got another one. And he lays down all the immersive audio. So we're going to listen to some immersive audio on a little pre-release preview, because that audio I can share from my tab. So first, we're going to try to do a little editing from the software with the audio that comes out of the speakers, and see how well it comes through the microphone. And we will then do that preview, because the immersive audio is amazing. So looking forward to sharing that as well. So, all right, let us get to it. Let's see if it shows me. Got somebody here. Let's see if it'll tell me. I don't know if it'll be specific on the viewer. Probably have to chat. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Thank you to whoever the 2 people are that are watching right now. Unbelievable. I'm not talking to myself. So, I'm going to try to do this. And if you guys can hopefully text me and let me know how well it may or may not sound, we will give it a shot here. So what I'm going to do is come here, because we're working with this. We're working with Ableton here, and we are going to live edit the Tao Te Ching. So I use the Ableton software, so I was able to share that screen with everybody here, but I cannot share the audio from this screen. So like I said, we're going to turn up the volume and see how it comes out of the speakers, and see if hopefully you guys can hear it well through the microphone here. So with Audible, always have to have less than 5 seconds of silence before and at the end of every file. So I usually start mine somewhere in like 2.5 seconds. So that's why we cut out all this space right here. And it'll eventually, when we consolidate the track at the end, fill itself in with just what I pretty much got rid of, which is just empty bars with a straight line. And this will be the point here at 2.5 seconds, in between 2 and 3 right here, where the volume will start. So this is the Tao Te Ching. I've recorded it all completely, including the commentary and everything. Already put it, already edited the introduction. So this is the actual heart and text of the Tao Te Ching. So we're going to listen to that. Let me try to put this microphone a little bit closer to the source of where the volume is going to come out. And let's see if this will work. The Tao Te Ching. Turning it up would help. Turn it all the way. The Tao Te Ching. 1. The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. The name that can be named is not the eternal name. The nameless is the beginning of heaven and earth. The named is the mother of 10,000 things. Ever desireless, one can see the mystery, or desiring, one can see the manifestations. These two spring from the same source, but differ in name. This appears as darkness, darkness within darkness, the gate to all mystery. All right, that was number 1 of the Tao Te Ching, the first passage. I just stopped it there just to point out some of the things that we're doing here. On the software here, you heard me turn it up. So I turned up the speaker volume first, and then here, down here, is the master volume. So I can turn this all the way up, and hopefully that's loud enough, because I can actually keep it right there at 22.8. Because if you look over here, what this is this called the gate. And basically what this does is this sets the floor. So any sounds that are made that aren't above this floor, it will get rid of it and silence it. And that's usually any little background noise. So as long as it's me speaking straight into the mic, it usually, the gate here will cut out anything that might be little background noise. And if something I don't know, little things. I usually keep this set between 30, sometimes 32. Usually I put actually like 32, somewhere around there. And so this is basically the ceiling, and this is the floor. So when you're looking at this line here, you'll see all the peaks and valleys. And we just want to make sure that you'll see when all the dips in my voice, that those dips stay above the floor. And then this is the limit. If there's the peaks above here, then it won't be accepted by ACX standards, only because it would have violated the ceiling. So, but at 22.8, if you guys watch as we keep going, you'll see that it stays below the ceiling, and we should have a clean floor here. So let me just move ahead to part 2, and we will keep going. And the only time I'll stop it is when there's a mistake that we may have to edit. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you see this little thing here. This is why I get rid of that first part, because those are little, like, tiny little bumps. The gate will probably silence that, but if I can see it, I'm just going to get rid of it. So that's what I do. So here we go. We'll keep going. We'll finish with 1. This is passage 2 of the Tao Te Ching. 2. Under heaven, all can see beauty as beauty. only because there is ugliness. All can know good as good, only because there is evil. Therefore, having and not having arise together. Difficult and easy complement each other. Long and short contrast each other. High and low rest upon each other. Voice and sound harmonize each other. Front and back follow one another. Therefore the sage goes about doing nothing, teaching, no talking. The 10,000 things rise and fall without cease, creating, yet not possessing, working, yet not taking credit. Work is done, then forgotten. Therefore, it lasts forever. 3. Not exalting the gifted prevents quarreling. Not collecting treasures prevents stealing. Not seeing desirable things prevents confusion of the heart. The wise therefore rule by emptying hearts and stuffing bellies, by weakening ambitions and strengthening bones. If people lack knowledge and desire, then intellectuals will not try to interfere. If nothing is done, then all will be well. 4. The Tao is an empty vessel. It is used, but never filled. Oh, unfathomable source of 10,000 things. Blunt the sharpness, untangle the knot, soften the glare, merge with dust. Oh, hidden deep, but ever present. I do not know from whence it comes. It is the forefather of the emperors. 5. Heaven and earth are ruthless. They see the 10,000 things as dummies. The wise are ruthless. They see the people as dummies. The space between heaven and earth is like a bellows. The shape changes, but not the form. The more it moves, the more it yields. More words count less. Hold fast to the center. 6. The valley spirit never dies. It is the woman, primal mother. Her gateway is the root of heaven and earth. It is like a veil barely seen. Use it. It will never fail. 7. Heaven and earth last forever. Why do heaven and earth last forever? They are unborn, so ever living. The sage stays behind. Thus he is ahead. He is detached, thus at one with all. Through selfless action, he attains it. 8. The highest good is like water. Water gives life to the 10,000 things and does not strive. It blows in places men reject and is so like the Tao. In dwelling, be close to the land. In meditation, go deep in the heart. In dealing with others, be gentle and kind. In speech, be true. In ruling, be just. In business, be competent. In action, watch the timing. No fight, no blame.
No fight,
9.
no blame.
Better stop short than fill to the brim. Oversharpen the blade, and the edge will soon blunt. Amass a store of gold and jade, and no one can protect it. Claim wealth and titles, and disaster will follow. Retire when the work is done. This is the way of heaven.
Chill.
10. Carrying body and soul and embracing the one. Can you avoid separation? Attending fully and becoming supple. Can you be as a newborn babe? Washing and cleansing the primal vision. Can you be without stain? Loving all men and ruling the country. Can you be without cleverness? Opening and closing the gates of heaven. Can you play the role of woman? Understanding and being open to all things. Are you able to do nothing? Giving birth and nourishing. Bearing, yet not possessing. Working, yet not taking credit. Leading, yet not dominating. This is the primal virtue. 11. 30 spokes share the wheel's hub. It is the center hole that makes it useful. Shape clay into a vessel. It is the space within that makes it useful. Cut doors and windows for a room. It is the holes which make it useful. Therefore, profit comes from where it is there. Usefulness from what is not there. 12. The 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the... Oh, there we go. Mistake O. Let's fix that. Let's see. Well, we got 6.5 minutes in before we made a mistake. So now I'll probably making 38 mistakes in a row. But no, I think I only made like 1 or 2 in this. Thankfully. Drag that over. And then we just come back a little and make sure it sounds right and it's spaced properly. And not the 5 colors blind the eye. The 5 tones deafen the ear. The 5 flavors dull the taste. Racing and hunting madden the mind. Precious thing. Told you. Go 6.5 minutes. I can't go 10 seconds after. It's like... I don't do it very much anymore, but actually with tea is killing me. I've been drinking a lot of tea. So, like I used to drink beer a lot. You know, you can drink like however many beers, a lot of them. But once you finally go pee that first time, boy, you can't stop peeing. And I knew that was going to happen. So 6.5 minutes just killing it, and then make a mistake, and 10 seconds later make another mistake. Not going 6.5 minutes again without a mistake. No siree. Racing and hunting madden the mind. Precious things lead one astray. Therefore the sage is guided by what he feels and sees. He lets go of that and chooses this. 13. Accept disgrace willingly. You see? You see? But it's that easy. You just get rid of it. It never happened. I'm telling you. I did this all in one take. Accept disgrace willingly. Accept misfortune as the human condition. What do you mean by accept disgrace willingly? Accept being unimportant. Do not be concerned with loss or gain. This is called accepting disgrace willingly. What do you mean by accept misfortune as the human condition? Misfortune comes from having a body. Without a body, how could there be misfortune? Surrender yourself humbly, then you can be trusted to care for all things. Love the world as your own self, then you can truly care for all things. 14. Look, it cannot be seen. It is beyond form. Listen, it cannot be heard. It is beyond sound. Grasp, it cannot be held. It is intangible. These 3 are indefinable. Therefore, they are joined in one. From above, it is not bright. From below, it is not dark. An unbroken thread beyond description. It returns to nothingness. The form of the formless. The image of the imageless. It is called indefinable and beyond imagination. Stand before it, and there is no beginning. Follow it, and there is no end. Stay with the ancient Tao. Move with the present. Knowing the ancient beginning is the essence of Tao. 15. The ancient masters were subtle, mysterious, profound, responsive. The depth of their knowledge is unfathomable. Because it is unfathomable, all we can do is describe their appearance. Double unfathomables. Watchful, like men crossing a winter stream. Alert, like men aware of danger. courteous, like visiting guests, yielding, like ice about to melt, simple, like uncarved blocks of wood, hollow, like caves, opaque, like muddy pools. Who can wait quietly while the mud settles? Who can remain still until the moment of action? Observers of the Tao do not seek fulfillment. Not seeking fulfillment, they are not swayed by desire for change. 16.
We go to 20
Empty
in this
yourself
file.
of everything.
Four
Let the
more.
mind rest at peace. The 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. They grow and flourish, and then return to the source. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. The way of nature is unchanging. Knowing constancy is insight. Not knowing constancy leads to disaster. Knowing constancy, the mind is open. With an open mind, you will be open-hearted. Being open-hearted, you will act royally. Being royal, you will attain the divine. Being divine, you will be at one with the Tao. Being at one with the Tao is eternal. And though the body dies, the Tao will never pass away.
Wow, that's great.
17. The
Step
very
by
highest
step.
is barely known by men. Then comes that which they know and love. Then that which is feared. Then that which is despised. He who does not trust enough will not be trusted. When actions are performed without unnecessary speech, people say, "We did it." 18. When the great Tao is forgotten, kindness and morality arise, and wisdom and intelligence are born. The great pretense begins. When there is no peace within the family, filial piety and devotion arise. When the country is confused and in chaos, loyal ministers appear.
2 more in this file.
19.
Going to 20.
Give up sainthood, renounce wisdom, and it will be 100 times better for everyone. Give up kindness, renounce morality, and men will rediscover filial piety and love. Give up ingenuity, renounce profit, and bandits and thieves will disappear. These three are outward forms alone. They are not sufficient in themselves. It is more important to see the simplicity, to realize one's true nature, to cast off selfishness and temper desire. 20. Give up learning and put an end to your troubles. Is there a difference between yes and no? Is there a difference between good and evil? Must I fear what others fear? What nonsense! Other people are contented, enjoying the sacrificial feast of the ox. In spring, some go to the park and climb the terrace, but I alone am drifting, not knowing where I am. Like a newborn babe before it learns to smile, I am alone, without a place to go. Others have more than they need, but I alone have nothing. I am a fool. Oh yes, I am confused. Other men are clear and bright, but I alone am dim and weak. Other men are sharp and clever, but I alone am dull and stupid. Oh, I drift like the waves of the sea, without direction, like the restless wind. Everyone else is busy, but I alone am aimless and depressed. I am different. I am nourished by the Great Mother.
All right. That's the end of that track. That is the Tao Te Ching, the first 20 passages. And what we're going to do, you can still watch here on the screen, is what I need to do now is consolidate this track. You saw I made 3 mistakes. So there's 3 kind of holes that I've cut into it. And what I need to do is kind of stitch it all together. So easiest way to do that is to do this. And what you need is this right here. I need to highlight that whole track number 2, and then close this back up so I get back to my. Okay, so here's the end of the track. And you see, once I open that box and turn it back again, what happened is it puts me now, look at, these are 5 seconds. This is 1330 to 1335. I don't like that. I like to see 1 second at a time. So I go here, and there we go. Now it's 1 second at a time. So now we're just going to wrap this up in a bow. And what I do is I start right at the end of the audio. And again, cannot have more than 5 seconds of silence at the end. So from wherever that is, which is between 13 minutes, 29 seconds, 13 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll just add another 2.5 seconds on top of that. So just kind of drag it out to here. And then I hit consolidate. And it will stitch that whole thing together. But while it does that, what we are going to do is let that thing go to work. And we are going to, I'm going to switch what you guys can see. And we are going to go to a different tab while that is consolidating, because that is like watching paint dry. So we are going to come over here, and let's go right here. And actually, go here. And let's go to place. And I will be able to go here. And let's go to this one. What is that one? Okay, perfect. All right, let's share that one. Okay. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure here that you guys are looking at the right thing. Yes. Okay. So now, and I'm getting a little better, so follow along. Proud of myself here. Let's change the ticker at the bottom, because we are not doing a live editing session. What we're going to do now is we're going to do a pre-release preview of immersive editions. And we will let you know it's going to be the Analects by Confucius and Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. All right, let's see if we can. Fuck yeah. All right, excuse my language there. Let's go save here. And let's see. Try to keep things updated. Where'd it go? There we go. And it did it. Check the ticker out on the bottom, party people. Now we're in pre-release preview of immersive editions. So this is cool because here we don't have to listen to the audio coming out of the speaker and then through this microphone. I'm actually able to share the audio from this screen. So let's go to this one first, which is the Analects by Confucius. Original text, summary, and commentary to the sayings of Confucius. Written by Confucius, the great Jordan Cohen, and yours truly. God bless Jordan Cohen, got me author credits. It's the man. But I told you that at the beginning of this live stream, so can't be giving away all my secrets, but that's the ace in the hole. So let us go ahead and play the immersive introduction, and then we will, which is 1.5 minutes long, as you see right here, and then we'll jump into part one, which is just the original text with the immersive behind it. But Jordan, God bless, he is the man, and he's got, it sounds so good, professional, cinematic. So I'm excited to share this. So let's get to it. Immersive Audio Edition. Step into a richer way of listening. The immersive edition of this audiobook features the exact same narration, every word, every sentence, completely unchanged, now paired with carefully selected background music. The original audio remains fully intact. Nothing has been edited or altered. The music simply sits alongside the narration to enhance the experience. This subtle addition helps you stay more focused and engaged. By creating a consistent atmosphere, the music reduces distractions and makes it easier to remain present from start to finish. It also adds emotional depth, allowing key moments to resonate more strongly without changing their meaning. The result is a smoother, more immersive listening experience. The music supports the natural flow of the narration, adds a gentle rhythm, and creates a more cinematic feel, whether you're listening on the go or taking time to unwind. Designed to complement, not compete, the background music stays unobtrusive, ensuring the original voice and message remain clear and dominant. Same narration, nothing changed, just a deeper, more immersive experience. All right. Now, hopefully it shared the audio with you, and then my headphones didn't double it up coming through the mic, which it probably did. So I'm going to try to cut that out, but I want to hear it as well. So let me turn down the headphones. Oops. And then hopefully you guys will be hearing this as well. So here is part one of the Analects by Confucius, immersive audio edition, scored by the great Jordan Cohen. Confucian Analects, Book 1, Chapter 1. The Master said, "Is it not pleasant to learn with a constant perseverance and application? Is it not delightful to have friends coming from distant quarters? Is he not a man of complete virtue, who feels no discomposure, though men may take no note of him?" Chapter 2. The philosopher Yu said, "There are few who, being filial and fraternal, are fond of offending against their superiors. There have been none who, not liking to offend against their superiors, have been fond of stirring up confusion. The superior man bends his attention to what is radical. So good. That being established, all practical courses naturally grow up. Filial piety and fraternal submission, are they not the root of all benevolent actions?" Chapter 3. The Master said, Fine words and an insinuating appearance are seldom associated with true virtue. Chapter 4.
Let's move forward a little. Let's hear.
Can men refuse to be pleased with words of gentle advice? But it is unfolding their aim which is valuable. If a man be pleased with these words, but does not unfold their aim, and assents to those, but does not reform his conduct, I can really do nothing with him.
That's awesome.
Jesus. Chapter 24. The Master said, hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. Have no friends not equal to yourself. When you have faults, do not fear to abandon them. Chapter 25. The Master said, the commander of the forces of a large state may be carried off, but the
Oh. What the heck was that?
alas, I saw his constant advance. I never saw him stop in his progress. Chapter 21. The Master said, there are cases in which the blade springs, but the plant does not go on to flower. There are cases where it flowers, but no fruit is subsequently produced. Chapter 22. The Master said, a youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know that his future will not to be equal? How do we know that his future will not be equal to our present? If he reach the age of 40 or 50, has he not made himself heard of? Then indeed he will not be worth being regarded with respect. Chapter 25. The Master said, can men refuse to assent to the words of strict admonition? But it is reforming the conduct because of them which is valuable. Can men refuse to be pleased with words of gentle advice? But it is unfolding their aim which is valuable. If a man be pleased with these words, but does not unfold their aim, and assents to those, but does not reform his conduct, I can really do nothing with him. Jeez.
What in the world is that? We need to mark that down. Book 1. Let's see. Write that down. Book 1. That's at minute 54, 52. Let's go up to book 1 here. Is that really here? How did I miss that in the edit? Oh, Jesus, 54 minutes in. It's not book 1. All right, 7:15. 15, 26, 33, 44, 55. So it seems like it's at the end of book 6. Holy moly. All right. Let's listen to some more immersive really quickly. It's just so good. Jordan killed it.
To be a minister is not easy. If a ruler knows this, the difficulty of being a prince, may there not be expected from this one sentence the prosperity of his country? The Duke then said, is there a single sentence which can ruin a country? Confucius replied, such an effect as that cannot be expected from one sentence. There is, however, the saying which people have, I have no pleasure in being a prince, but only in that no one can offer any opposition to what I say. If a ruler's words be good, is it not also good that no one oppose them? But if they are not good, and no one opposes them, may there not May there not be. How is this possible? All right. Well, I thank y'all. I'm going to have to check a couple of things because it seems like we got some stuff going on around here. But that immersive audio sounds amazing. Hopefully you guys got to hear it. And we edited the first 20 passages of the Tao Te Ching. I'll come back and do that a little bit later. I'm going to come back. I got to fix a couple of things, and then I'm going to come back and live stream some more. Good practice for me, even though I'm speaking to myself. I don't mind at all. Just get this thing going and get it dialed in a little bit more, because we're going to do a lot more commentary. We're going to do editing. We're going to do live previews, live readings, live recordings. Always something to do. Always something to keep us busy. And then we will have, soon we'll have people visiting and streaming together. So thank you if you watch this later and you enjoy it and you follow, and we see you down the line. But I will be back later this evening to do some more. So thank you all. Bye-bye.